In Spanish, every noun has a grammatical gender, masculine or feminine. Gender affects nouns, articles, and adjectives, so learning patterns from the beginning can help you understand how to identify gender in the language. To identify masculine objects, we can look for nouns ending in o, like libro, perro. To identify feminine objects, we can look for nouns ending in a, like casa, mesa. However, Spanish has exceptions in noun endings, such as masculine nouns that end in a, like día, problema, mapa. Such words come from Greek, and they often end in ma, pa, ta, so we have to remember them as masculine. At the same time, Spanish has feminine nouns that start with a stressed a. Such words use el as a masculine article in singular nouns, but they are feminine, like el agua, el águila. Spanish uses the masculine article for stress, el agua, but still, when the words are plural, they will use the feminine plural article, las aguas, las aguas. Aside from noun endings, another factor for determining gender is biological gender that shows the person, like chico, chica, profesor, profesora. Nonetheless, some nouns can change the ending for gender, like actor, actriz, while other nouns can be used for both genders. Artista, estudiante. Articles and adjectives can help us identify the gender of such nouns in context. After learning gender, we can see Spanish articles that must match the noun in gender and number. Just like English, Spanish has definite and indefinite articles. El, la, los, las. We can reuse previous words. El libro, la casa. Indefinite articles are un, una, unos, unas. Some examples are un perro, una mesa, unos libros, unas casas. After articles, we can see how to pluralize words in Spanish, which is consistent. If a word ends in a vowel, we add s, like libro, libros, casa, casas, perro, perros. If a word ends in a consonant, add s, like papel, papeles, profesor, profesores. If a word ends in zeta, change it to se and add s, like lápiz, lápices, pez, peces. If a word ends in ion, add s and remove the accent, like canción, canciones. Let's not forget that articles also must change to match the gender and number. El libro, los libros. La casa, las casas. Un perro, unos perros. The last thing to note is that when everything is put together, every concept must agree in gender and number, including adjectives, which are often placed after the noun, like in the following sentences. El libro rojo. Los libros rojos. La casa blanca. Las casas blancas. However, Spanish adjectives can have two positions in context: after the noun and before the noun. In this video, we're covering how adjectives change for gender and number, so this concept will be explained separately when we get to descriptive adjectives in Spanish. Anywho, we can see a quick summary of the concepts that I mentioned, but it's important to see one more idea with articles. In Spanish, it's possible to combine or contract two words, al and del. Al means to or at, and el means the masculine, and together they make al. Spanish contracts the words to avoid repetition of sounds. An example is voy al parque. Voy al parque. Similarly, the contraction del is made using de, meaning of or from, and el. Together, they make del, del. And again, it's done to avoid repetition. An example is el libro del profesor. As a note, these contractions only happen with the masculine article el, and not with feminine nouns. A plus la is a la. De plus la is de la. So, this is how gender, articles, and pluralization fully work in Spanish.